Hello, 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 YouTube. How you guys doing today? It is Wild Out Wednesday. Hump Day Wednesday. Why not Wednesday? Where am I at Wednesday? What's going on Wednesday? Whatever kind of Wednesday you need it to be, here on Real Talk Therapy 101 with your girl Ebony. Thank you guys for coming on, checking that in with me in this midweek good conversation that we're having about self-care. 104, and we're talking about self-preservation. So, without further ado, because y'all know how I get midweek and halfway through the week. Y'all already know how your girl get. If you're new, stay with me and learn how your girl get. But I guarantee you, through each conversation, through each video, through each session, there's something for everyone. Something that you can pull from to help you get through life's uncharted waters, to help you deal with those things that are just mentally causing you to be stuck, and you are ready to move forward. You just didn't know how or what to do. And so that's why we have real talk conversations about our mental health, because, you know, we shy away from the clinical aspect of it. We shy away from the big fancy words and the people who present themselves as though they're better than. It's hard. It's hard to have a conversation with somebody who, you know, continue or make you feel like you're not on their level. So I'm gonna say, get on my level. Hey, get on my level. Anyway, I ain't gotta get on your level, because I can go out here and find somebody that's on my level that can help me understand, because I have learned through self-care series, I've learned how to fall in love with myself again, no matter what I've gone through. I've learned to be more aware of myself and what it is I'm going through and who's around me. Then I learned how to develop this new version of myself. And this week, I'm learning to preserve what I've developed. So, Nuck, if you buck, I dare you. I dare you. Because we fighting with these mental weapons now. But true to form, here on Real Talk Therapy 101, we go through a custom-made shirt. And we can make those for you. But we usually do a custom-made shirt based off whatever the topic is for today. As you can see, your girl's been, the hustle and bustle has been real today. I even still got on my lanyard from work. Y'all see that, coach? That's the other thing, y'all. Here on Real Talk Therapy, your girl got a slight addiction to the brand Coach. So we feature a shirt of the day, bag of the day, and kicks of the day. So let's go ahead and get into this conversation and get it going. Our shirt for today says, if we are facing in the right direction, all we have to do is keep on walking. And how will you know if you're facing in the right direction? Because you're starting to do the work. You're starting to figure out what works for you, what doesn't, how to make it work for you, how to, you know, do what it is that you need to do that's feasible for you. We're staying out of trouble. Nobody doing nothing illegal. We don't want to do none of that, but we are in a different space in our journey. And so we're learning different things to help us to make it through these uncharted waters. We're tired of being stuck. So you're facing in the right direction, because this time around, it's the direction that you chose and nobody chose it for you. This time you're facing in the right direction because this is where you feel like you want to go, and nobody has made those choices for you. Okay? All right. So today's bag of the day, it was a twofold day. Your girl traveled today for work. So I had my nice little multicolored fanny pack, and only because I could not find my olive one that actually pairs with my olive backpack that I was carrying today. I was very distraught this morning about that, and we're going to talk about that, because in self-preservation, I did not preserve myself well enough to prepare the night before and make sure I had everything that I wanted to have. So the olive bag with the backpack and the fanny pack, and then the olive green foam posits. Not foam posits. Yeah, I done said foam posits before. I do not own a pair of foam posits, so I don't know why I say foam posits, but they're Vapor Max. I don't know if I'm sending out into the universe that I would like a pair. Let me cut it out. I ain't sending that out into the universe. I keep saying it. Maybe my plug, if you're new to the channel and don't know who my plug is, that's my husband. Maybe he'll get me some. So I can see, because I keep saying foam posits, but I don't own a pair. But nonetheless, let's get into this real talk conversation for today. Because you ever been to church or to any type of service or a program or something, and the presenter or the speaker of the hour, and yes, I am sweating at 52 degrees outside. I don't know what's going on. But at any rate, you ever been to a program or been somewhere, and the speaker for the hour will say, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. And then you sitting there, you just know it's going to be short and sweet. And short and sweet turns into an hour and 30 minutes or 50 minutes or whatever. But for real, today your girl going to try to be short and sweet. Self-preservation. You facing in the right direction. Now it's time to sink or swim. And in the metaphorical sense of the word, we're talking about with our mental health, or the phrase, I'm sorry. We're talking about our mental health and our thoughts and our actions and our reactions and what we have going on to things. But in, the real world with sinking or swimming, if you physically can't swim, the dumbest thing you can do is get in some water and go out further than what you can stand up in. Because if you know you can't swim, why go out there in the deep end, knowing that a current may come through and sweep you away? A wave may come through, a cloud might come up. Anything could happen to you when you're treading in territory that you are not prepared to tread in. I don't get in water. Not all the time. And if I get in some water, it's usually on the kiddie side, to where my tall 5'8" behind can get out. I can stand up and get out. I ain't going no further than that. And I don't have to impress anybody. I don't have to. And you guys, you don't have to. If you know how to swim a little bit, if you can doggy paddle. Don't go no further than what you can go. Because there are going to be times where the lifeguard is going to be off duty. And who's going to come get you when you decided to go out there and tarry in some waters that you know you can't swim in? That's in the physical sense. And it's the same thing metaphorically. Why go out here and get into something that you are mentally not stable enough to figure your way out of it? Or why go out here and embark upon something that you're not ready to really be in? And you already know you're not ready to be in it, but you go out here and get it in anyway. Why take the time to go and apply to do something that you know you really are not in the mindset or capable of doing? Just because you know there's a lifeguard on duty. The lifeguard get tired of saving y'all behinds. The lifeguard gets tired of going out here pulling the same person out of the current to where every time I got to pull you out of here, you don't go back and take these free swimming lessons that we offer you over here before you go back out here in that water. Sit down and learn how to swim. Because when the lifeguard is off duty and you haven't learned to preserve yourself, you gonna sink. Metamorphically and physically. Mentally, we kill ourselves. We worry about stuff we ain't got no control over. We get ourselves in stuff we can't get ourselves out of. And then when we're the damsel or the man, I don't know what the proper word is for a man, but if we're the damsel or the man that's in distress and we're sending out these SOSs and help is not on the way, because the lifeguard is off duty, but you hadn't thought enough about yourself to preserve something that you've learned, heard, was taught, saw, and experienced. You ain't held on to nothing. So when you find yourself in that same current, or you find your tail walking out there to that same deep water that you almost got swept away in the last time, only to look up and see that the lifeguard is off duty. So when you halfway where you're trying to go, and you've worked up the stamina to do what it is that you want to do, when you're walking or you're facing and what's the right direction for you, you gotta keep walking. You gotta keep going. Now, y'all know your girl always have a story to help you all catch why this midweek self-preservation is so important. It's vital for your survival. Finding Nemo. Y'all know about Nemo? Finding Nemo came out in 2003. And it was an animated drama about this little fish named Nemo. And Nemo liked to go out from where he was from and be in places that he wasn't supposed to be. So Nemo's parents, they're overprotective. His dad's name was Marlin, and there was Dory. Marlin gets with Dory. I like Dory. Dory was out there, by the way. But Nemo has gone missing because he has gone looking, trying to find these treasures, and he's out there in places where he shouldn't be. And along the way, Marlin, Nemo's dad, he learns to take risks and comes to terms with Nemo has to learn to take care of himself. So, when we become adults, we can't keep blaming stuff on our parents. They did their job. They did the best that they could do. The old adage of, when you know better, you're supposed to do better. I can't tear that one up no kind of way because it's the truth. You knew what happened to you the last time when you went out there, and you didn't make any preparation for going out there again, but you want to go out there, and you want the lifeguard to keep coming to save your tail. The lifeguard is off duty. Send an SOS out for yourself. Preserve something for yourself. Do something for yourself and quit expecting everybody to do stuff for you. Not grown behind people out here feeling a sense of entitlement. You hungry, you better figure out how you gonna eat. Them people on Naked and Afraid do it all the time. But anyway, Marlin and Dory, even though they go look for him, at the end of taking all these risks and trying to go and preserve and save Nemo, his dad had to rely on, I've given him the necessary tools to take care of himself if he should run into danger. Y'all, we're in this part of this thing with self-care where we have been provided the necessary tools to learn how to preserve ourselves. You are your most priceless asset. You matter just that much. Because how can you be a good mother if you don't take care of you? How can you be a good wife if you don't take care of you? How can you be a good son if you don't take care of you? How can you be a good supervisor if you don't take care of you? How can you be any good on your job or perform the duties that you need to perform if you don't take care of you? And part of self-preservation is learning how to take care of yourself. Now, like I said, when it comes to physically learning how to swim, I ain't never get it, and I ain't get ready to try to get it. But metamorphically, in the sense of how we're using it out here on these mental journeys in this uncharted water, your girl gonna swim like Michael Phelps. Because I'm determined not to sink. I I don't want to go under. And you got to have that same yearning for wherever it is you're trying to go. The water can get treacherous, doggone scary, not knowing what's around the corner. Like Dora told Marlon and Nemo there. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. You will eventually get where you're trying to go. Get knocked down, get back up. Some of y'all don't even get knocked down. You trip yourself, and then you lay there waiting on somebody to come by and pick you up. And then you complain about tripping over your own feet. In your own way. You make up a story for why you ain't make up no story because we grown people. You tell a lie about why you laying down there on the ground. Now you tripped over your own feet, but the person that's coming by, oh my God, I need some help because Ebony usually come through here at 6:30. So I fell at 6:25 and Ebony didn't come through here. So I had to lay here till somebody came to pick me up. You was a lie. Better get up. Ebony off duty. The lifeguard is off duty. Stop relying on other people to teach you how to preserve those things within that you need to hold on to so you don't go back to where you worked so hard to come from. Now it's time for you to do some work. After you are provided the guidance from somebody who knows the very thing that you're trying to do, and you sought out guidance from this person and they give you the guidance, but you still want to act as though you didn't really need it because I know how to go out here and do it. And then you keep getting stuck because you don't want to humble yourself enough to listen to somebody who knows something that you don't know. Don't nobody know everything, and the person who try to tell you they do is telling a lie, and the truth ain't in them. Well, no, I ain't gonna say the truth ain't in them, because the truth might be in them. Now, that's one cliche I might have to pick apart. But in that instance, they telling a lie, because nobody on this earth knows everything about everything. Remember, I told you you'll have a whole bunch of know-it-alls that don't know nothing at all, but always want to speak on what you got going on. Coming in today from traveling, I'm on the phone with my husband. You know, I told you guys before, it's a 2.5 hour drive. Your girl didn't get lost. Get out here, no crazy stuff or nothing like that today. But just talking to my husband about my day, debriefing what was going on. And I said to him, I said, you know what? It'll be like me trying to come on your job. And at where he works, you know, it's a daycare center. And part of the job, or part of it for some of the staff, is to prepare food for all of the kids that attend, the ones that's going to come out to school, and all of the staff. So I'm going to just give a roundabout number of maybe 50 people. It could be more than that, or, you know, more than 50 or not. But what I was explaining to him was, you know what? It'll be like me coming to your job. I never worked in a daycare in my life. Now, I done taught school, but I've never worked in a daycare. When I taught school, I taught middle schoolers. Remember me talking to y'all about this way early on. I taught 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Well, by the time you get in 6th grade, you're not going to daycare no more. So these are the preschoolers, my granny boy age, the infants, up to the age of 13. So I'm coming on your job, and you hire me to be the cook, right? Now, I can cook, but I may not necessarily know how to cook and prepare for a daycare center. I don't know. Before I even go there, I have never cooked for more than maybe 10 people. I've never cooked for 50 people. So that's the first strike I have against me. Just because I can cook, I've never had to prepare for a certain amount of people. I don't know my way around an industrial kitchen. I've only cooked in my house. At a daycare center, the kitchen is industrial. The daycare has to abide by guidelines from the state. So, you have all these different people that come in, all these different artists, and they tell you, just like they do at the school system, what these kids need to eat for nutrition purposes. So you got to prepare. When these people tell you got to cook, you can't have no spices, no seasoning, no salt, no Mrs. Dash, no nobody. Kids have allergies. The staff has allergies. So it's a way that you got to prepare these meals. I don't know how to do that. But because I know how to cook, I want to try to convince my husband, I can go do your job tomorrow. And probably get fired the same day. Because just because I know how to cook, I don't know how to cook in that setting. So just because you know how to do something, when you get in a different setting, you better rely on those people that went there before you and accept that guidance while the lifeguard is still on duty. Because if I went in that kitchen with the attitude of, I got this because I know how to cook, and the lifeguard or the supervisor would have been my husband and said, all right, I'm going to let you have it. I'm gone. And now it's time to start fixing plates and serving these people. Shoot, I'm getting anxiety thinking about it. And this is just an illustration. I can't do it. Failure is an option. And it's okay. Because either I'm going to sink or swim in that kitchen. And if I sink, that's failing. And either I'm going to sink and go on and admit I can't do this, or I'm going to sink and I'm going to come back and say, hey, yesterday I was a little ahead of myself. I need some help and I need some guidance. Can I shadow you today? Can I learn from you today? Can you teach me? Humble myself. Because I know how to cook, but I don't know how to cook in this setting. Gotta humble myself. We get to a place to where that sense of pride and that little bit of narcissism that lives in all of us when we've perfected, or not even perfected because there are no perfect people, when we have gotten to a certain level with a craft, can destroy you mentally. And I know I had told y'all I was going to be quick. See, I'm just like them people that start a lesson or start a sermon or start a program and keep going. But I need for you all to get this. Stop making excuses and telling lies when you have shortcomings and you fail. Failing is an opportunity to get it right. Try it again if it's something that you want to do. The very first time I went and took my state exam to become a certified alcohol and drug counselor, I just knew I ain't need to study. I've been doing this for a while. I done trained under this person. My clinical supervisor told me everything I need to know. I'm just going to go pay this money and take this test, right? So I do that. Get to the testing site. The people trying to give me the instruction, tell me what to do. I'm half listening to them because I got this. I know what I'm doing. That egotistical part of that. Get there. You got to lock all your stuff up. You go in this little room. They give you some headphones for noise cancellation. And it was about 5 stations. And you sit there to take this exam. And they give you 3 hours to take it. Your girl go up in there, because I already know all this stuff. And I go through them. I can't even remember how many. I think it's 150 questions. I can't really remember. But I went through them in no time. I won't even in there an hour. But I'm going to tell you the most humbling experience ever. Because right then and there, it lets you know if you pass or fail. And then you wait for your results and your certificate to be sent to you in the mail. When I finished that thing and it said, do you need more time? Do you want to go back? I mean, the test said, look, it's 3 hours. You sure you through? You got a little bit more time. Where you going? Submit. Failed. 5 points away. Failed. All because I didn't listen to instruction. I didn't utilize my time. I didn't sit there and read the questions thoroughly to know what they were asking. And I thought I knew it all. Because when it was time to take that test, the lifeguard was off duty. I didn't have no books. I didn't have no paperwork. I didn't have my clinical supervisor. All I had was myself and my little ego that walked in that room that day. And then the state said, don't come back till 90 days from now. We ain't even want to see you back in here. You can't take this test till 90 days. And I guarantee you in those 90 days I read, I bought material, I studied, I went to my clinical supervisor, I reread, I went through it all. And I had the resources before I went and took the test the first time. Then I go take it the second time, and you got to pay that money again, by the way. So we got to pay again, go take it the second time. Now I'm listening to the girl tell me what I need to do and what I need to lock up and what I'm listening now. I'm focused. I'm paying attention. I preserved what I need to come back in here and take this test again because I want to be a certified alcohol and drug counselor. I want it. Failure was an option, but it wasn't the only option. This time when I went in there with one other person, but I put them headphones on my ears anyway. I'm using everything. They gave me pencil and paper. I don't even know what I wrote down. But I'm using everything that I got. And when it came time to hit submit, I was almost out of time. I'd have read, reread, did this, did that. But this time when I hit submit, I had a level of confidence that if I don't even pass it, I know I'm going to do better this time than I did the last time. Because this time, I used all of my resources. This time, I took my time. This time, I read. This time, I followed the instructions. This time, I took heed to the guidance that was given to me. I'm going to get it. But if I don't, I'm going to be all right. Because all I got to do is wait another 90 days. And I'm going to do it again because this is what I want to do. Man, y'all, when your girl hit submit, you know the history because your girl's certified. All the way live certified. But it took me trying to understand that when you really want something, you gotta be taught. Somebody has gone before you to help you. And if you really want it, then you will look for and utilize the help. And you're going to keep walking. Because you're going in the direction that you want to go in. The lifeguard is off duty, and that's all right. Because I can pause and wait for the lifeguard to get back on duty just in case I get out there too far. I ain't sinking. I'm swimming like Michael Phelps. I don't know nobody else better than him. I know some people out there better than him and I broke records, but Michael Phelps is my generation. I'm swimming. And when it comes to physical water, I ain't going out there. I ain't going out there. I sit over here and watch y'all. Might put my feet in down there where them steps and stuff is at. But I ain't getting in there. I know what happened last time. You have got to learn to preserve yourself. That's just it. It's something you got to do. Can't do it for you. I can't even do that with you. I can be over here cheerleading you along the way. But you got to do it. And quit blaming folk. Quit telling lies. And we too big. We ain't lying for no reason. We're going to have a whole real talk series on the different types of lies. So y'all can recognize which one y'all. Quit. Truth, it hurts because we don't want to accept it. I'm telling you, that failed test result, it hurt. But I needed to be brought back down to reality. Got to be humbled. And then you just got to do something different. Y'all know, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Let's make this thing go viral. like, comment, share. Thank y'all for coming, stopping by with me. Man, just keep swimming, man. Just keep swimming. That's all I know to tell y'all. Just keep swimming and just keep going. It's worth it in the end. And that's some real talk. All right. See y'all tomorrow.